Greetings, ladies and gents. This is Ilya from HeathenScent, and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I've got a review for you today for the fragrance Hugo Boss The Scent Absolute. Now, here's the bottle. That nice sort of, caged glass. It's almost like this chocolatey sort of looking, brushed metal sort of thing over here. Nice magnetic cap, pretty good presentation, to be honest. I love this thing. Now, this was actually released in 2019, and the nose behind it is Bruno Jovanovic. He actually made the original and also the Intense and the Private Accord. I don't know about the other ones. Fragrantica doesn't really sort of list the other ones under his repertoire. Alright, let's have a spray of this thing and see how it goes. See how that distribution is. Now, it's actually goes pretty far, like a good, for about, 40, 50 centimeters or something like that. Anyway, give it a bit of a spray on the skin, see how everything goes. Now, it's an interesting one because it's using one note that I've never even heard of until this really sort of came out. So, ooh. Now, obviously, I've been wearing this, on and off, and anyway, so at least I have a good idea of what's going on. Now, we've got a top note of ginger and a heart note of maninka fruit, and then the bottom note is vetiver. Now, the thing is with this one, the ginger at the top sort of kind of gives this fizzy, sort of fruity smell to it, and it sort of lends itself nicely to the middle note of the maninka fruit because it sort of brightens it up. The maninka fruit is very much more like it's got this sort of chocolatey, sweet, a little bit of fruitiness to it as well. And the vetiver is actually really good too because, normally you get obviously more of like a leathery, earthy, dry sort of vetiver in fragrances. This one's a little bit different. It's got that balsamic sort of note to it, like the feel to it, and it sort of lends itself nicely to the rest of the fragrances. Like it sort of brings it a little bit into that gourmand territory, and that top note right there lasts probably about a good hour before it fades away, and it sort of darkens up the fragrance a bit. Like at first, obviously you get that ginger that's really bright and fruity, and then sort of just darkens up, and it makes the fragrance sort of that more intimate type romantic sort of feel to it, and not too sweet to the point where it's like an absolute dessert. Now, though, you'll get about 4 to 5 hours before it sort of really fades from, until it actually gets to being a skin scent. And like before that, before it is a skin scent, you do have a half decent sort of, projection. It seems to be about a meter and a half, definitely beyond an arm's length. And I've had compliments 100%, men and women. So it is pretty nice. Anyway, going on to the progression of the fragrance. Once you get to the bottom note, and after it's a skin scent, down to the vetiver, it usually takes about 6 or so hours to get there, and it's still comes off, with that sort of balsamic feel. It's got that sort of sweetness to it, warm and a little bit earthy. A little bit earthy. It doesn't really sort of come off with that, typical sort of vetiver smell where it's that very, very dry, masculine, of course. I mean, it still is. It's just more on the sweet side. So the way they did this, I think, is actually really nice. Because I feel this could definitely be a really, really good romantic date night scent. And for something that lasts, at least on my skin, about a good 8 hours, I think it works really well. I wouldn't say this is something that you could wear all year round either. It's, obviously with that sort of like dark sweetness more towards the second half of it, or at least after that opening, yeah, you got that sort of bright fruitiness, but I'd say this is more of like a nighttime scent. Yeah, you can probably use it in the summer at nighttime, I'd think, but the rest of the year, except like summer during the daytime, really hot days, I wouldn't really sort of use it then. But otherwise, go for it. And in terms of it being, like a masculine or a feminine scent, look, I think anyone can actually pull this off and wear this, because I don't know, it's, as I said, bright and fruity, the dark and sort of, sweetness to it. Yeah, I know the vetiver, it's a masculine fragrance note, but I think ladies and gents alike can pull it off. Now, in conclusion, I can say that I absolutely love this fragrance. It's not some sort of beast mode sort of thing, but really does the job. And this is actually the first time I've ever gotten a Hugo Boss fragrance. So let's be honest, I'm not really familiar with the brand altogether, so I'm not 100% sure what, most of the others would actually be like in the long term. Although I have, sort of tried the Private Accord, and I'm pretty sure the Intense in store. If anything, I wouldn't mind getting one of the other ones, because if they're any decent like this, definitely worth it. I mean, go in your store, check it out, give it a spray, whether it be on a scent strip. I'd probably recommend, at least put it on your skin, so to give a good idea, because it probably isn't 100% for everyone. So at least sort of give it a test out. See how it develops on your skin. It might not develop as good as other people's, so why not give it a try? Anyway, guys, this has been my review on Hugo Boss the Scent Absolute. Hope you guys have a great night. Please comment, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more reviews, vlogs, shorts, and whatever else there may be. And please click that notification bell so you can be notified of when you got those videos coming into your feed. Take care, guys. Have a good night. See you later. Now, in conclusion, Avicii! Anyway, guys, this has been my review on Hugo Boss the Scent Bottled